never, at this point in my career, in my life, I had never done hypnosis. And so I was like, oh, cool, I got this fake hypnosis thing to work. And in my head, I'm not a real hypnotist. I just did a magic trick that looked like it. But in these people, in my spectators' heads, I was a hypnotist. And I
Mm.
didn't realize the power of that thought process in their head until a little bit later when I'm with this group, and this is maybe moments after I did this. I'm doing this hand routine that I saw on online somewhere. I was like, oh, that looks cool. I want to try it. Where you have your participant stare at a dot that you draw in your hand, and you start going like this, and you say, with the motion of my hand, you'll feel yourself swaying back and forth, and then you go like this, and you push them back into their chair without ever touching them, right? And so I'm doing this with this lady, and she's swaying and she's kind of wiggling a little bit, but I couldn't tell if she was swaying from my influence or from the drinks that she had earlier. And
Yeah.
so, and I go like this, and she doesn't quite fall back. So I just go, sleep. And she just closes her eyes and drops her head. And
No way.
I'd never hypnotized anybody in my life. And I freaked out. And I was like, oh God, what do I do? Like, I don't know how to, I didn't plan for this. This wasn't supposed to work, but it did. And
Yeah,
so I wound up,
and that's so cool.
yeah, and so I wound up doing like a small like foot stuck routine, like a PK touch routine with it, and woke her up and just I could have done so much more looking back now, but I was scared. I was afraid. I'd never done it
The
before.
beginning,
At that point,
and you were like, oh, wow.
yeah, at that point, the most hypnosis I'd read was this book,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it's fascinating
And
what you
that's
can
cool
do.
how you were like, you used like basically the pseudo hypnotic techniques with that
Yeah,
and made them believe that you're a hypnotist and you are doing that,
yeah,
but you still knew that you weren't. But now
yeah,
coming with more of a different perspective, like you probably are much better now because you're like, I am a hypnotist.
yeah,
I
and
can
that's a
hypnotize people. So
big
now
part of
that's
it.
even more power on
Yeah,
both sides, you know.
and
And
if you
that
walk
even
up
has to
to
go
a
with
group.
magic. Like, people forget that you got to believe you're a magician. You got to believe, when you have a coin in your hand and then it's
You have to believe you're
vanishes
holding
and
that
it's not
coin.
there. You're like, you got to believe it's in your hand,
You have to believe
The
it's
moment you
there
don't, people know that it's not.
because your body language
It opens
changes.
that door.
People, you project so much through your body language, and if you don't
Yeah.
believe you're holding that coin, they're not going to believe you're holding that coin. Just the same as if you walk up with any doubt that this isn't going to work, they're going to read that on you, and it's going to put a block in the way of your hypnosis. And
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And I think for beginners, they have trouble just with confidence. Like you go up to the table, like you got to have confidence. Like without the confidence, they're not going to be intrigued.
yeah,
They're like,
and
okay, now we're cool. And if you're like, oh, like poor me, or like, oh, I can't do anything, it's like you got to just be so strong. You go past it.